You're watching Soccer Night in Detroit.
And from the grassroots of Detroit soccer all the way to U.S. Soccer's second division, this is Detroit City FC. Goal for Detroit City. What a play by Alec Wasinski.
Monday with the right foot. It's in the back of the net.
Juve curls in and bangs it in off the post. Artez Juve, are you serious with that? Header!
All right, welcome to Week 10 of the USL Championship in 2026, and Detroit City is on the road. They are taking on the Hartford Athletic this evening over at Trinity Health Stadium. A pretty good match, a pretty big matchup for Detroit City, as Detroit City is out to try to win their first game on the road this year that is not in Open Cup competition.
No, it's not easy, and something have to give. Considering we are undefeated at home, we are winless on the road. But Hartford Athletic, who had 2 wins on the road, and guess what? 0 wins at home. So something have to give.
Something definitely does have to give on as far as that goes here. Going to the standings in the USL Championship. At this point, it shows that the Tampa Bay Rowdies are up on top with 17 points. Thanks to the win by Detroit City last week over Louisville. Louisville sits at 16, Detroit City sit at 13, and there's a whole bunch of other teams that are behind them, including one, which we will mention in a little bit on the USL Today. But yeah, sitting in third place is not bad. Going 7 games in.
I know it's not that bad after a big statement win last week, thanks to Connor Roth's header to put them 2-1 and them holding on for dear hope. We won, and so far we need some of that momentum, literally.
Yes, and it's nice to see some secondary scoring on that. Haruki Yamazaki could have got credited for the first goal. Unfortunately, it ended up being an own goal, but using the Louisville player as the part of the post to put that one into the back of the net.
I know, yes. And that was a great header from Connor Ross. You know what I mean? Prime time.
Beautiful header. And
I know,
we're showing that right now. I mean, that was.
And we mentioned that he's now standing third in all-time goal scoring, right behind Maxi Rodriguez and Jean-Claude Lawson.
That's amazing to think of that. As long as he's been here, I think he's been here since 2018, 2019, something like that.
Yes, when we were still in the NISA.
Or actually NPSL.
NPSL, yes. He won the old NISA All-Stars, you know what I mean? One of the last few remaining NISA All-Star players, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
great for him. Great for him after that, like I said, tremendous contribution. A great pass, too, by Artez Juve to set that up from the corner there. Of course, Darren Smith, still the leading scorer for Detroit City FC, as you know, and he's amongst the league leaders right now as far as goals scored.
Yes, he's waiting for that next lucky break where he could be dying on the spot, bang it in the net. He's due for one, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Chisholm Igubuchulam. Try to say that name. Chisholm's got 2 goals.
Yes.
I call him Ibukulum. I mean, I'm hearing it about 15 different ways there.
Well, I got the official name from the DCFC pronunciation list from the roster I printed in the library yesterday. Is it Chisholm Egbuchulam?
Egbuchulam. Okay.
Egbuchulam.
That's how you say now it. We got it right.
Okay.
After all this time.
I know.
Yes, good thing. Keep that on you. We need that for future reference.
I got it right here. All the faces and names.
There we go. It's always good to have tools of the trade. But needless to say, speaking of tools of the trade, though, what a better tool to have than Kobe Hernandez Foster. I mean, his presence out there, even without Maxi Rodriguez in the lineup, has been very helpful. He's been leading Detroit in chances created so far this year with with 14 going into the match against Louisville, and
Yes.
he's basically why we brought him in when we did last year, when we got we made the deal with Las Vegas for him, in which he was sent over there from Birmingham Legion, and we got his contract, and now he's actually like I said, a big part of this lineup for Detroit City.
Yes, he's an important clog, an important playmaker who will create miracles for our forward, like Darren Smith Darren Smith. I'm thinking of the other play. I forgot the yeah, because like I said, you need that key paper that will set up the play so they can finish and bang it in the front of the net, and have led up to a very good record: 4 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. 2 losses there was by Pittsburgh, and the other
In the
one
11.
Indy 11. Yes,
Yep, those
we're
are the
not
only
on our
two.
game.
Yeah,
So
those will be, and the thing, this will be our 4th road test in the USL Championship. The only road win, as I mentioned, was a win in Flint, up in Grand Blanc, and that was in the Open Cup. So that was the
you're
only other.
right.
That was the only other win on the road. That was the only win on the road so far this year.
Yeah, and Detroit City may have drawn a good matchup against Hartford, because when I was looking at my stats, Hartford, believe it or not, have not scored in 5 games in all competition. 3 in the league, 1 in the Pre-Tire Cup, and their elimination against Rhode Island in the U.S. Open Cup. So that's almost 7 hours. Their last goal was March 28th, 34th minute. So
That's a long time to go without goals.
yeah, you're right. Well, we went for that back in our second season, where we went 10 hours without a goal.
Yeah, and
Until
that's like I said, if you go that long without scoring a goal in the USL Championship, it will come to haunt you in a long way. Right now, they're sitting 2-4-1 with 10 points through 7 league matches, entering this one with a goal differential of 0, right?
oh
Which
my,
is kind of shocking for a team that hasn't scored a goal in a while.
and they're in 7th place according to the USL official standing.
Which is the one I showed you earlier.
Yeah,
We go
right.
by
Because
the
I've been relying on FOTMA. They have Boston Sport. They're officially in 3rd place if you use all the tiebreakers the USL use. You know what I mean? Including
exactly. So,
goal differentials and all that. So
we got our own handy dandy, shall we say, table,
don't tell me
which
about it.
is
Yeah.
used by the USL, of course. But
I know.
Hartford struggling
during
as
this entire scoring streak, they have had 9 shots on goal, 3 on target, and 19 touches in the box. So that could, oh brother.
it could be a long day for Hartford, and being at home and all that stuff too. So let's see, as I go to FOTMOB, actually as I go back to FOTMOB, checking this stuff. But yeah, needless to say, I mean, this Hartford team struggling as of late at putting the ball into the back of the net, which is kind of huge. The last 5 games, lost to Rhode Island in that 2-0. Let's see, also a loss to El Paso Locomotive by a score of 4-0, and 3 of them have been scoreless draws. So, but
Yeah.
Augie Williams, he's part of that pack over there in Hartford. Of course, a legendary, or I was going to say a USL legend. He's nearing he's got 87 goals in his career in the USL Championship.
That is a well distinguished, one of the great prolific scorers in the USL. He was rewarded last year being part of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds team that won the USL playoffs last year.
Yeah, a huge pickup for for the Athletic there. Machine Nagila sits among players approaching 30 regular season assists.
Yes, he should will have one more assist during the game tomorrow, and he's up there, 30 goals. I mean, 30 goals, 30 assists. You know what I mean?
So the thing is here, what Detroit City needs to do, it looks like they need to dictate the flow of play. In fact, it worked for them last week against Louisville. They got the first goal, ended up they ended up winning the game 2-1 thanks to the Rutz goal. But still, getting that first goal is a good sign for Detroit City FC.
Very good sign. All four of their games they won, they scored first.
So 4-0 when doing that. So it's very pertinent for Detroit City to do that right off the get-go. And this, and of course, we're going to break, actually, we're going to predict it, see how it goes later on in the program. But it's going to be.
Yeah, one more stat I meant to mention, our captain, Devin Optumenta, he will start tomorrow, and when it crosses the 13-minute post, he will be the latest player in the USL to log 10,000 minutes.
And he's playing, other than the injury that he suffered, let's see, in his first season here in Detroit back in 2022, injury he suffered against the Indy 11, which kept him out for a significant amount of time. He's played almost every minute since coming back from that injury.
You're right. Not bad for a guy who we rescued from that. What was that team? Oh yeah, the Michigan Stars. Yes, we did that.
That team from Romeo.
Yeah, we rescued him out of Romeo. Decided to say, hey, play here in the Hamtramck, and he has been playing. I think with the also the play in the NISA and NPSL. I don't think he was in the NPSL. He almost have logged on for almost, I think, 12,000 minutes.
Long time for that guy, and well-established veteran in the USL Championship.
By the way, if he can help me, Petin Tabor Akata, he's about, I think, 2 or 3 games away, also logging 10,000 minutes.
Holy cow!
10,000 minutes is nothing to sneeze at. That's a long time.
That's a long time of play. That is definitely a long time of play. But we announced a couple. We had a couple announcements earlier in the week as far as the women's team goes. They play their first game a week from today as they take on AFC Ann Arbor over at Holloway Field, and it has been announced that the roster for the 2026 season is out. Lots of familiar names on there. A couple of familiar names not in the lineup. Obviously, one, Ella Carolack. She's moved on to bigger and better things, playing for, I believe, Sligo Rovers in the Irish League. So she won't be part of the group this year. And we don't know anything official yet on Sophia Romine. Now, she was
part of the team last year until she decided to sign a free agent contract overseas, right?
I believe Romine ended up. I think that was another player, and of course she was at Minnesota as well. So she was a key factor into the success of the team last year, especially filling in when she did. But a lot of familiar names on this squad, as you know, as I'm scrolling through the squad. Players that you know from the from the W League, like
Kale Anderson is playing.
Yep.
I know
Ania Dow's playing.
The person who was all team last year in the
Claire Cialino.
Yes.
Claire Cialino is back on the squad as well. Ella Offer, she made a couple appearances in the league. Good to see Drew Martin back in the lineup again.
Yes, we met her via Hannah Crum, our captain of the team.
Yes. So yes, Drew Martin back in the lineup. Aaron Torrance, of course, she tore it up on the MASLW squad
You're right, and she tore it up in that semifinal game before she was contained in the. Oh yeah, no, it was the
quarterfinal game. Yeah, it was the semifinal game against the
semifinal
Demon
game,
Hawks.
and now she's looking to unleash the beast, like she's transformed.
Fatima Nasser's on the roster.
Uh-huh.
The great defender there. She'll be part of that roster as well. Big Allison Lapointe. She'll be back after suffering a hand injury during.
And she's all healed, ready to go. And remember, outdoor soccer is a little bit different. You don't have to transform like Maya from season 2 of Space 1999. I apologize again. I'm sorry. It kind of,
Yeah, don't forget.
It's not like the cage, indoor cage. So, wide open spaces, fresh air.
So,
I swear.
Lily Jekyll back on the roster as well.
She's another year older. She's about, I think, 16, right?
Probably about 17, 18 around that. I mean, she's got a commitment to Notre Dame, I believe.
Oh, Notre Dame University, though. This could be one of our last season to see her.
Maybe.
Notre Dame University in South Bend, Indiana, right?
Yeah, well, unless the White Report comes out, and then they have to be forcing these girls to play fall, winter, or whatever it is, or fall, spring schedule.
Yeah, that's been a big controversy in college soccer.
Mm-hmm.
The white paper is just to eliminate all conferences. The conferences would be gone. It would be sort of like Major League Soccer University.
Yeah. Kirsten Williams, of course, is back with us as well. Mackenzie Ruber, another familiar name from the women's indoor squad. Megan Varant. The Grimaldo sisters are back. Natalie and Nicole. Becca Prisballo, we saw her in that as well for Detroit City during the MASLW season herself. So, like I said, a lot of familiar faces coming back to the lineup this year, and as I mentioned, they'll be going at it next Saturday in Ann Arbor to take on AFC Ann Arbor. I believe that's a 7 o'clock kick.
Yes, I cannot wait for it next week. Like I said, Seth is with Danny Evans. She knows almost all the girls from the previous seasons and the indoor season. I think we're going to do well. And Hannah Crum, you're our leader now. Like Steve Eiserman or Mia Hamm or Judy Five. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, familiarity. That's kind of, it's a good thing to have in the USLW League. That's for sure. So, we got a lot to get to coming up in the USL today. So, while we take a pause as we get into that, as we had some games during the week as well.
Seen a night like this! For the first time ever, the Riverhounds Eastern Conference champion!
But there's seconds left. And there it is!
Is there any time remaining? No! It's over! Detroit City! Lightning strikes twice! The 8-1 upset for the second time in 3 years! And they knock out the Shield winner on the opening night of the playoffs!
Starting things off on Wednesday night in the lab, Greg Hurst with his second goal of the night put New Mexico United by a score of 2-1. However, it would be equalized in the 86th minute. Diego Abatia makes it a 2-2 game. Go to yesterday over in Miami. Scoreless draw, in Birmingham. Scoreless draw between Birmingham Legion and the Miami FC.
It was a total nothing burger. It was a total nothing burger.
Aaron Malloy, what can you say about this one? Oh my God. Just a pretty goal. Just a pretty goal for Lexington. However, 3-1 victory there on the goal. Let's see. That would be one Philip Goodrum.
I know.
It's nice to see that combination back together again.
I know, and their play is better what their records are saying. You know what I mean? They had their early
Absolutely. I mean, this is what they paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, what they paid for. There, I had to go back and I think I had a brain fart there trying to remember what happened there. So, but yeah, little brain fart there. Yeah, I didn't realize it was one Philip Goodrum on the goal there from Aaron Malloy. But like I said, that's what they got paid for. Needless to
I
say.
know.
But yeah, we got 4 games to look at for tomorrow.
Yeah.
The first one though, it goes without saying, this is a team right now that has lost 2 games in a row.
Oh, brother.
Technically has lost
Okay.
2 games in a row. They lost in the Open Cup match to Houston Dynamo in extra time, and of course losers to us last week at Keyworth Stadium. But in the USL Championship, Louisville does not lose back-to-back games.
No.
And they're going up against a Pittsburgh team who likes to let in a lot of goals.
Yeah, way too many goals, by the way.
I mean, way too many goals, to be honest with you. I mean, right now, as far as goals allowed, I wouldn't say I'm looking at the head-to-head here, but yeah, as far as goals conceded per match, 1.62
Oh,
is
brother.
what Pittsburgh has allowed this year. That's a lot of goals, and this was to be one of the stingiest defenses in all of the USL Championship. How times have changed, definitely over there. But yeah, against a team that scores 2 goals per match, it might be a long day at Lim Family Stadium for the Riverhounds, in my opinion. But another game to watch tomorrow or today is a game in which our friends over at Morning Kick Around are at.
Yes, Rhode Island against Tampa Bay, or like advertised, the top of the class in the Eastern Conference at 17 points, 1 point better than Louis City, and 3 point better than Detroit City, Charleston, and Miami FC.
Yep, Rhode Island at 2-2-3 right now, or 2-2-3 right now as far as that goes. Total of let's see, 8 points on the year. Of course, Tampa Bay, as you know, undefeated. The thing here is, can Tampa Bay continue that undefeated streak against a side that's, I mean, other than Cookie Vegas and Clay Holstead and all that stuff, lost a lot of talent.
Tell me about it. It's I'll say this right now, the War Stars!
There isn't any War Stars anymore when it comes to that squad.
I know.
But then again, all the stars are
but
on.
they still have J.J. Williams.
They do still have J.J. Williams, but the stars are on Tampa's side.
Yes.
Amongst all the players that they picked up. I mean, now this is the good use of a team that can use USL1 talent, and of course they have a good coach behind them in Dom Cassiato that knows how to use that talent.
I know,
and he knows how to use that talent very well. First in the East with 5 wins and 2 draws, and goals. They don't give up a lot of goals either. They're at .57.
I know.
4 clean sheets on the year.
I know.
So this could be a long day at Centerville Bank Stadium.
You're right, and
Rhode Island.
And the team's still watching the Eastern Conference this season, all the season.
Yeah. Looking at a couple late games as well. Oakland Roots try to keep things going over in over at the Coliseum. They take on a battle between two, middle of the pack teams, third and fourth respectively. El Paso Locomotive. This should be a very entertaining matchup.
And yeah, it's very entertaining. Guess who recently showed up in the scoring sheet with 4 goals?
Peter Wilson. He's been on a hot streak as of late. 3 in the Tire Cup, and then contributed to another goal. or got
Yeah,
another
actually
goal.
3 in one of the regular season game, not the Tire Cup. You know what I mean?
Right. So
I
he's
checked, but
yeah, he's back on the score sheet, which is good news there for
and he's picking up after not
Ryan Martin.
putting a lot of goals, and he's warming up. Like I said, no player, either US Pro or USL-C, have ever repeated as the Golden Boot.
Yeah, it's a rare feat to behold there.
Equal is up there too. You know what I mean with Pittsburgh. So who knows? This could be the year.
Expect a lot of goals for this team, especially El Paso's. They've really turned the corner. I think as far as getting goals. Rubio Rubin up there at 6 goals for the year. Moreno with 4. Mendez with 3. So I mean, they can score at will themselves. So this should be an entertaining match.
Yes, this is what I like to say it again. Here I go again. The War Stars!
Yeah, and that's you got to see Wilson and Rubin go at it there in the Coliseum, and then the nightcap with San Antonio taking on Phoenix. Now Phoenix right now is sitting in the table. They're sitting in 7th, and San Antonio sitting in the 2nd spot right now in the Western Conference. But as we go to the head-to-head here, Phoenix only gives up like 1 goal per match. Both these teams are like right there as far as that goes. But San Antonio's already got 5 clean sheets out on the year. Out of they've won 4, drawn 4 so far on the year, and only lost 1 game. Meanwhile, Phoenix is only they've lost 2. But they've won 3 and drawn 3. So, expect a very tight affair. I think it's going to be very stingy as far as goals are concerned. You might get that late goal coming up. Say like in the 75th, anywhere from the 75th to the 90th minute on that one, or you could get something done. Something could be done early.
Yeah, you probably know the last 15 minutes in any matchup is probably the best that part of the matchup. Either you're tied, you have to get a goal somehow, some way.
I send Sacco up there as well as among the Golden Boot contenders. 6 goals for him this year for Phoenix Rising. Meanwhile, on the San Antonio side, Jorge Hernandez with 5 goals on there. So what do we get again?
The War Stars!
The War of Stars is happening on the Western Conference tomorrow night or tonight.
I think we're overusing that graphic. Usually I've been using when the top team takes on the top team in the scoring race, and I have to say it, although it's been kind of a little bit confusing on a Detroit City matchup. So
hey, we can use it on our matchups. That's what USL Today is all about.
Yes, the stars, like David Bowie used to sing, the stars are coming out tonight this week in week 10. Oh, bye.
I see somebody's coming up real quick though with that with that win last week. I called the draw, you called the win, as Louisville comes away with the 2, or Detroit City comes away with the 2-1 victory. Very confident of you for picking them in that. As far as the boot thing, I mean nobody had Connor Rutz or own goal on that.
Yeah, so. And actually, when we did team news last week, you had to change your pick because
I had to change my pick to Darren Smith.
Yeah, well, yeah. The new rule is let's say if we pick a player and is not in the starting lineup, either starting 11 or sub, we are at the right to change our pick.
Yes, yeah. It's only fair. You got to have somebody that's in the lineup.
Yeah.
To be fair. to be fair.
And we will do it when we do team news, and if they're not in the lineup, we have a right to change our pick.
Now, we didn't mention that DeLu is probably still out as well for tomorrow's game. I mean, he's still got a little bit of a hammy issue himself. I do believe so. But yeah, amongst all the amongst the players that are going to be out out of
And
action
really,
for tomorrow
I
night.
was thinking
Speaking,
it was really great to see Ben Morris. He played 13 minutes last week. You know what I
he
mean?
could have had a couple chances of scoring goals there too. Needless to
And
say,
Maxi
and he
Rodriguez.
loves to score against this team.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He loves to score against the Hartford Athletic. Do I see something late in this one?
Probably, but I'm going to go Johnny on the spot. Darren Smith. He's due for a goal.
Who wins this game?
What? Oh,
Who
who
wins
wins
this
this
game?
game? Since Hartford's having their power outage in scoring, I would say to the Detroit City over Hartford.
Yeah, it's all about getting that first goal. I'm going to go with Ben Moore. I'm going to go right on your lines. 2-0 clean sheet for whoever would happen to be in that, which will probably end up being Carlos Herrera. I'd say it's going to be a clean sheet for Detroit City, a 2-0 victory. I'm going to go with Ben Morris.
If he starts.
I don't know. Hey, did I say I said 2-0, right?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I didn't say he was going to score the first goal.
Okay.
He could come in like the 50th, the 60th minute or whatever, play a good 30 minutes, and then next thing you know, find the back of the net.
Back to the net, yes.
I'm like, that's why I have a good hunch on this one.
I have a good hunch. Darren Smith will be Johnny on the spot again. I know he last couple of times
He's struggling as far as getting the ball back in the back of the net.
But if he's near the ball and find the back of the net, boom! I think he's back in the scoring. And let me tell you, the Golden Boot race, which we just mentioned in the USL today, oh my God, getting hot and heavy. You know what I mean? The stars are out tonight, like David Bowie used to say. I just already said it, but hey, it's worth repeating.
They'll be all summer long as well. So whether it be in the championship or in the Prince Tires Cup. But where are we able to see this match tonight?
ESPN Plus. The game is on 7:00 from Hartford Park. You'll see it live in living color, as Dan King used to say. Still no local TV yet, but hey, that's it. It's on ESPN Plus. And by the way, most of the games tonight on tonight's schedule are on ESPN Plus, except for Oakland against El Paso and Phoenix against San Antonio. They're going to be seen on the CBS Galasso Network.
Yes, indeed. And of course, we'll get everything put together on those games. Plus, we'll get analysis and reaction and highlights as well of tonight's matchup between Detroit City FC and the Hartford Athletic. We hope to not hear the brass bonanza after the goals for Hartford.
Yeah, that's the old Hartford Whalers goal theme, literally.
And needless to say, let's see here. They do sport the colors a little bit. If you look at that logo.
Yeah, you're right. Remember, they used to wear the Hartford Whalers lime green uniform, and they fit. That they have the color. They have the crest in their colors. By the way,
it seems like it. It seems like it for sure.
Considering that the Hartford Whalers logo, let me show you right here, a classic logo, must I say? You know what I mean?
I own a couple Hartford Whalers jerseys myself.
Yeah,
I also own a couple Plymouth Whalers jerseys.
You're right. You can see the hell H. I think you want to call them the Hartford Hellcats with the whale tail and
I think they've always been called.
Right.
I think they were always called the Whalers.
You're right, and Bozo Pierre Carmona used to own the Plymouth Whalers.
He used to own the Hartford Whalers, and they became the Carolina Hurricanes. And needless to say, the Hurricanes are still they're still in the playoffs right now.
So. Oh yeah, I see. Okay,
but enough hockey talk. We're a soccer show, but. We'll talk to you tonight after hours as we break this down afterwards and get you caught up on everything that's going on in the USL Championship. For my buddy Steve, who will be watching the game at the clubhouse tonight.
Let's run on Detroit City and win one for Pat Kubota, who lost his cancel barrel yesterday. God bless him.
Rest in peace. Guy I didn't really agree with myself, but you know what? There was nobody out there that didn't know that knew Tiger baseball more than he did. And I mean, when it came to the Tigers, he was a long time writer for the Oakland Press, followed the Tigers for the longest time. I don't think anybody in this town knew Tiger baseball more than Pat Caputo did. Whether it be from the, the A League in Lakeland all the way up to Toledo, and here to Detroit. He knew his baseball. And one thing I have to say about that: fuck cancer.
Yeah, screw cancer.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Anywho, we will see you after hours. Until then, keep your feet in the ground, keep reaching for the galaxy, and most of all, be good.